morning, YouTube. You know, good morning on this motivational Monday. Why do you say motivational Monday? Sometimes we got to be motivated to start the week. Sometimes we got to be motivated to get up out of bed. We just can't just get out of bed to survive, but we gotta we gotta work. If we don't work, we don't have money to eat. If we don't work, we don't have money to live under that protected roof that we all have, and we might be complaining about, but we need to be thankful that God had bestowed us a place to stay, a place to live. A lot of uh, a lot of the naysayers and the people that we hear, they always saying, you know, I got a good for nothing living with me and all that. Well, guess what? You know what? Regardless if they're good for nothings, regardless if they're low down and dirty, you did the right thing by helping someone out. You did the right thing by blessing someone. We be wondering why we go through what we go through, but there's always reasons. There's always you know pathways and things like that that we don't understand, but God understands. He put it on us on our heart to be good and gentle people. Ain't that crazy? Be like, I'm not a gentle person. Well, somewhere in your life, you did the. Oh crap! I hit the wrong button. Brother, I hit the wrong button out there. Someone out there is living on regrets. You know what? I used to live I used to live by regrets and on regrets. But you know what? I know now that everything I did, I did the best I possibly could have done at that moment. I lived the best. I lived through the best situations that I could have done. At that moment. Do you see what I'm saying? We 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 always beat ourselves up. I know I do. For past transgressions, past mistakes. But it comes a point where you got to let the past transgressions go. You got to understand that the mistakes you made are in the past. And if you're staying with someone or you're with someone that keeps on reminding you of your past, maybe you don't need to be with that person. You feel me on that? But the smart one is the one that comes and learns from their past. You know what I mean? Don't keep doing the same stupid stuff. Make a change in your life. Make a change and understand that even even through change there comes pain. You know, to make a steel, to make a sword harder, it is heated up, then it is shocked by the cold ice water that is dumped in, and then it's done all over again. It's beat down, it's heated up, and start all over again. A lot of times, change has to come through all of that pain that you went through. or that you're going through. I'm not uh I'm not a what's the word? Oh Jesus. What the wrong freaking way. Let me, let me spin it around because there's this little ass entrance that sorry, little behind entrance that you got to go through to get out of here. And I just missed it. So I gotta when you're driving a truck you gotta make a big wide turn. So we can hit that spot. That's right. There we go. You know, but again, through change, we learn. And then you learn how to be appreciative of the little things. I'll give you an example. I was stuck here. I've been stuck with this load almost 4 days. I should have delivered this load Friday. But the problem was, legally, I couldn't. I was out of hours. When you drive a truck, you have to understand that certain amount, you can only drive a certain amount of hours a week. And then after that, you have to, wait on your recap. Well, I realized I wasn't, by Friday, I wasn't getting I wasn't getting nothing back. So I wasn't going to be able to make it legally, and we can't be doing that. I can get tickets, lose my license, all kind of trouble. So, I had to sit. I had to do another reset. I've done so many freaking resets trying to get some extra money, make some extra money because we're going to Costa Rica. But normally I would, normally would have been upset. But I done been through this before, over and over and over and over. So why do I need to punish myself by being angry? Why do I need to punish myself by being upset? You know what I mean? And instead of being angry and upset, I just like, it is what it is. You know, instead of harping on it and drawing my blood pressure up and making me angry and carrying this hate and all this negative energy, I could just relax. I did. Got walking in. I didn't stay on my diet. I had plenty of junk food and a quart of ice cream, and I tried to keep it to a minimum, but I had a relaxing time. With me, if I relax too much, I get a headache and my neck starts hurting, my lower back starts. So, I just try to keep it to a minimum. But I've got about 4 miles of walking and exercising and just learned how to relax. I got on YouTube and created some more shorts and redid some videos and sent them back out and more shorts and changed the names and now I'm at 670 somewhere in the 670. When before I was, 3 or 4 subscribers and all family members. So why am I saying that? I'm saying that to say this. Be thankful for the little things. Be thankful that look, that you woke up. No day is promised to us. We be acting like it is, but it's not. No day is promised us. I'm in my mid 50s. No day is promised to me. Trust me, I want to be around, and I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful. Let's talk about stuff that I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for another day. You know, I'm up early. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my health, what little strength I have. Let's say it like that. I'm not, but I'm thankful for it. I'm appreciative. I'm with it. Appreciative. I appreciate the little things. Good morning. Good morning. Take time out of your life and appreciate the little things. It could be anything. Appreciate the little things in life because that anger, that frustration, that it corrupts our heart, it corrupts our minds, it corrupts our soul, and makes us into, I'll be polite and just say buttheads. Do you want to be a butthead, or do you want to be known for being a good person that does the right thing? You know, I, in this day and age, in the digital age, and all this YouTube and all this other stuff, and you know, we make mistakes. Yeah, even I have. I get high strung and and good morning. You learn how you doing, buddy? I get high strung and I start flapping off, throwing f bombs here and there. That technically by the right teachings, I could have messed up a future, you know, a future endorsement. Because if they go way back and they hear me acting a fool on a live, but I still have to be who I am. I have to be the one that makes mistakes. I have to be the one that understands that I am a, a work in progress. You know, I used to be very quiet. I used to be, you know, smiley, all the time. It's taken years to get even close back to that person. But there's nothing wrong with that because, you know, because of my situation, because of what I went through, because of what I go through, because of my job, because of just life in general. You have with it metamorphosize. You have to be able to change up. But guess what? Don't stop doing the right things. Don't stop being that right person. You know, I say this: be a better you. But see, a lot of people say, I don't need nobody. I don't need, of course, and all these other lies we hear. I don't need a man, and then all women are this, and everybody says all of that. But guess what? All that you're saying when you're throwing all that out there is you're throwing out that you are hurting and you never got over something. I've been hurt by the best. I've been hurt. I've been walked on. I've been stomped on. But I've never gave up on love. I never gave up on happiness. I never gave up on learning how to appreciate the little things. You know, it took me a while just to figure out that I like to do stuff. And not for any reason, not that I'm stupid or retarded or whatever. It's just, I've been living most of my adult life in survival mode. I've been living most of my adult life trying to please narcissistic people that I let into my inner circle. Narcissistic lovers and narcissistic, partners and stuff like that, and not knowing what the definition of narcissistic was. Because in my household, that's what you saw. You thought was love, the arguing and the bickering and all that stuff. So I didn't realize that was not normal. I was living an abnormal life, You see what I'm saying? Living an abnormal life and didn't realize till 8 years ago when I met my future wife, when I met her and realized that I was actually in a real relationship and trying to understand what real actually means. Yeah, I have can't stop walking but love mowing and cruising. But if you look at the description of my page, it says newly married truck driver learning to live and love. How hard can this be? Exactly. Learning. We have to learn. We're so caught up with going around and believing the notion that you can't make mistakes, you can't apologize. Apology is the beginning of weakness. Meekness is weakness, and I don't need. I remember it was somebody said, you know, you know, and one of the lives it was the conversation was I don't want a man to I don't want someone that I can walk all over. And I had to say it, and I said it in the live. Said, you know what? Y'all be confusing that with weakness. Most men, because they care about you, they don't want the drama because the drama's already out there in the world. They don't want that drama in their personal life. So they let you have free reign. They don't let everybody else have free reign in their life, but they let you have free reign. But then you get that confused with that it's weakness. No, it's not. You know, I might have to do another. I might do another YouTube page, the Good Guy Guru. You know, and I laugh about that because I consider myself a good guy, but you don't want the bad guy coming out, and I don't like the bad guy. And this is what I'm saying on a motivational Monday. Be like me. Keep yourself humble. You know, it's like that. I don't know if that's a saying or not, but I have the smarts of a wolf, but be gentle as a sheep in the flock. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying just be gullible to everything, but try to be that. Try that. Try being nice. Try being good. Try it out. The Bible says, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good." No, 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 and don't get this wrong. Don't be a churchgoer. Oh, I think I don't piss some people off. Don't be a churchgoer because guess what? Churchgoers, they know. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give y'all a good example too. The day before I met my wife, I mean not the day before I met. I mean the day before I was gonna ask my wife to marry me. That actually the night before, because I was gonna meet her older sisters and older brother. And we sat down and we went to this Asian place called Iron Age, and it's up there in Duluth, Georgia. It's Korean barbecue. They do the K-pop on the video, big giant video screen, and they serve you food. You cook your own food, and side story. A lot of times when you're black, they think you're gonna walk out, and I know because I'm there all the time. Side story, they try to make me pay at the table. No, I'm paying up front. I just tell my wife, stay right there. I'll walk up front and pay, and show you the daggone receipt because I'm not a thief. But that's a side story. But to introduce, we were paying to introduce me to their family, and one of her older sisters, now, they older. I mean, big grouch, and I'm sorry the lady has passed away, but I'm still gotta tell her like it is. was very grouchy, very mean, very ornery, but from what Norma tells me, very religious. Okay, so let's break that down. If you're very religious and you trust in God with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding and always knowledge and direct your path, you should not be so bad all the daggone time. You should be happy because you have been saved by the grace of Jesus Christ Himself, and you should be wonderful and enjoy the glory of God and have the peace and the loving kindness that only God can give. But this person didn't have none of that. Knew the Bible back and forth, and I someone had said a definition on TikTok, which I was like, man, that's right on point. And what they were saying was, you have Christians, and then you have churchgoers. Churchgoers know by the Bible left and right by heart, but got got that animosity up in them. And this is what this person had, and she said, and I'm sitting right in front, I'm sitting right next to this woman, and the waiter comes and says, good evening, everybody, blah blah blah. I'm Mr. So and so, blah blah blah. I'm here to serve you. What you like? Can I take your drinks? And I'm like, with the utmost respect, the utmost punctuations and everything. He literally was speaking perfect freaking English, not ghetto, not Spanglish, not perfect freaking English. And this lady says, excuse me, I can't understand. Well, where are you from? I can't understand you. And I looked up now, and I didn't explain who this guy was. I didn't explain because I want y'all to get where I'm coming from here. The guy, we're in a Korean restaurant, and you could see that the young man was from Korean descent. He says, I'm from Georgia. I go to, whatever university here in Georgia. And I looked, and no, I'm not having it. I wasn't having it, and I meant it with every fiber of my being. I said, "What did you just say?" And I looked up at the man, and I knew he was appalled, and he felt that prejudiced remark. And I said, how in the hell? And I said it like that. You gonna say that to that young man who is speaking perfect effing English? How dare you? I said, but if that man said, if that man called you a ninja, then you would have been all up in arms. You don't do that. And you especially don't do that to someone who's handling my food. And I stood up and pulled that waiter aside, and I said, "Sir, I am so sorry. And I apologize profusely." And I said, "Whoops, sorry." there goes the whatchamacallit. What the heck? And I said, "I'm so sorry. Please do not hold that against me." I said, hold on. I'm just meeting this family. I'm just meeting these people tonight. And I said, please, please, please do not hold that. I said, you will get one heck of a tip. Because I'm ex food service. I'm ex food service. You piss the waiter off or the cook, you don't know what they're gonna do with your food in the back. And then plus I was and of course I was bought for that prejudiced remark. Do you see what I'm saying? And I had to do the right thing, regardless of if I met these people. And I'm just meeting these people. When I came and I got up and I sat back there and the lady and this lady, she thinking because she was old, I'm old enough to be your mother. And my reply was, but you're not. How dare you talk to me like that? How dare you talk to that man like that? You're gonna apologize to me. I said, lady, if you think you're gonna get an apology out of me, hell will freeze over first. Because what you did and what you said was wrong. And if I could say anything today, doing the right thing and being that right person and with that right person of integrity will bring you a long way. And she just kept on, and I looked at Norma. Looked at Norma. Oh, she just like that. But y'all never said nothing. And you supposed to be holier than thou? Oh, no, no, no. That's not right. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, how dare he? No, no, no. And that was the funny part, because the funny part is I became a part of the family that next night, because I asked her to marry me, and she said yes. Do you see what I'm saying? And all I'm saying is with that is, and in life and in general, do the right thing, be that right person. You know, all my life I've been a people pleaser. I did everything that everybody else wanted, and then I literally had to learn in the last 8 years what did I like to do. I didn't even know. I walked around with this blank look on my face. I started writing stuff. I got a notebook and started writing stuff down. You know, it's one of the things in my earlier videos, and I think in earlier Instagram. I remember it was before before COVID. Y'all can see I'm driving an 18 wheeler. Then a lot of places where I would stop would be like Walmart's, and I would walk up the road and see nurseries and stuff like that. And in certain areas, there they would grow stuff like hydrangeas, and you sell that stuff. And a lot of times in those nurseries, they like the Walmarts and the Home Depots, they really didn't water the stuff halfway decent. So towards the end of the season, the stuff looked half they were half dead, and you get them on sale and buy them for pennies on the dollar. And I remember, at one year I had like 5 or 6 hydrangeas that I picked up like that, and I would just water them a little bit. I had them in a tray on the passenger seat, and slowly the leaves would come back, and then slowly they would grow back, and I keep watering. And when I would get home, I just replanted. I would plant it in the flower bed at the house. Well, now I got I bought one on YouTube, not YouTube, Amazon, and then I bought 2 at Tractor Supply. My wife thinks I bought all of them like that. No, I bought like 5 or 6 of them back from the brink of death. Hey, I keep on hitting that bump. Yeah, I know, guys. Sorry, I need to get a better mount. But when you're cheap and broke, what do you want? Um, but I bought it. I bought it back to life. You know what I mean? Let's turn. I bought it back to life, and I learned that I like to do that. So, I had put that on my list of things that I like to do, things that brought enjoyment to me. When you wake up in the morning and you see a plant thriving and stuff like that. That's why, like, I got my pepper plants and my bonsai. that I, brought back to life. The peppers I got from a seed, and I really started enjoying that. And that's when you know I ran into a lot of you guys online, on YouTube, that growing plants and whatever, and I'm learning stuff, and I learned that I like this mess, and that was on my list. I learned that I would have saved more money if I'd have saved more money if I'd have got a book. But I did look and I couldn't find one on lawn care and stuff like that. I would have learned more money because you know I remember one time. Anybody knows about the word annual and perennial? I didn't know what that meant. Annual means it's only going to go for a little while, and perennial means it's coming back each year. Well, I got annual ryegrass, okay, and I I topsoil on the front lawn. I was so proud of myself. That stuff came up. It was thick. It was looking good. I was cutting it. Oh boy, I was so happy. I said, "Oh man, I'm the man. I'm the lawn guru. I'm the lawn guru." I came back a month later. I had a dirt lot. My front yard was a dirt lot with crabgrass in it. I about cried. And I finally read. I said, "What happened?" I finally read it, and to find out that the reason why this grass seems so cheap is that annual rye only lasts for a couple of weeks. That's it. So I learned, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna get this. Screw this. And I learned over the years. Now, and I replanted perennial. Perennial is going to have a hard time coming through the summer. I learned that. And it'll die off. So and like y'all see pictures of my lawn now, half of that lawn is perennial. So it might die off. I'm fighting with it, and I'm putting this down, and I'm putting hydrotain down, all this stuff, and trying to figure out how, because I'm eventually put more Bermuda sod, but a lot of that's not gonna last because of all the trees. So I'm learning from my mistakes, but I learned that I really enjoy the rush of growing something and see it grow and cutting it and figuring out. And I learned that. I learned that I enjoy that. I can sit outside for hours in my driveway in my little chair and look on the lawn and what I need to fix and what I need to level and stuff like that. And I find peace in that. And then, I'm not, and don't think, trust me, I'm not the only one. Look on Facebook. And they've got groups of people that like stuff like that, just like me. And I find enjoyment in that. And see, this is what I'm saying, guys. Keep yourself humble. Find stuff that makes you happy. Do things that make you happy. Have those fun hobbies. Do the things that you enjoy. Do those things that you enjoy. Why? Because life is short. Life is glorious, but it's abundantly short. If I look back, it seems like yesterday I graduated from high school, but it wasn't yesterday. That was 1985. A lot of these folks that are on here is like, yo, I was born in the 80s. I'm like, oh my God, I'm old. You know, the wife spoke to me last night. She says, when are we going to, drop the hammer on Aruba? Because I told her I wanted to go to Aruba and maybe in 2025. You know, um, I said, well, let's wait because we've got two other cruises coming up. Let's get those under control in payments and stuff like that. And these are the things. Yeah, I'm working. Yeah, I've been sitting for 4 days. I don't get paid when I ain't driving. But I learned to stay happy, be happy. Like when I'm supposed to be at this consignee. I'm 85 miles away. I'm supposed to be there. I was supposed to be there Friday. And guess what? I'm not gonna come in there with an attitude. I'm not gonna come in there yelling and screaming. I'm like, hey, how you doing? The first word is gonna come out of my mouth. I'm ridiculously late. I was supposed to be here Friday, but I ran out of hours. I couldn't do it legally. I apologize. And then I'm gonna see how we handle it from there. You know, there are different ways to handle situations. Each day you're given a choice of how are you going to be, what person are you going to be. You know, think about it. You got people at work that don't want to work with you. I remember I used to be an assistant manager for a company called Piccadilly's that originated out of Louisiana. There was a brother in there. I mean, he was dark. I mean, like midnight blue. I mean, he was dark, but he hated me. And you know why? The only reason why he hated me, it was for the color of my skin, because I was a light skinned brother. I thought I was better than everybody else. No, I didn't. Actually, I didn't. I just was a happy person. And just when you're that happy, people don't mind being around you. But some want to beat you down because, how dare you be who you are. But guess what? Don't stop being who you are for nobody but yourself. If you're gonna keep fixing yourself and you're gonna build yourself up, it's so funny, you know, and the end thing right now, and I'm trying to get away from it, is about talking about all this negative relationship. But guess what? You're not gonna get into a positive relationship until you check yourself. Because nobody wants to accept that what did I do wrong? Oh no, no, no. But what about this? What about you? What about men? What about everybody else but me? What did I do wrong? I have to check myself daily because I'm always doing something wrong. My wife loves me enough that she doesn't speak up. If I say something, do something wrong, I have to check that. I have to think before before I blurt it out. Because all the years of all of that, I'm a tough black woman. You know, she has dropped her guard, and I have to remember that she's dropped her guard to watch what I say, because a lot of times we as men, we talk like men, and sometimes even when you talk to your buddy, you can be harsh. And I keep on forgetting. Yeah, she's my best friend, she's my buddy, but I have to talk to her like she's my wife. And a lot of times I could say something not meaning it the way she thought, and I have to watch my actions. Do you see what I'm saying? Self-reflection daily, humbleness daily, having a smile daily, trying to live positively daily. Do you see what I mean? I could have woke up this morning saying, "Man, I've been sitting here for 3 freaking days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm sick of this. Blah 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 blah." Next thing you know, get into an accident. Now I'm never gonna get the delivery. No, I'm I'm like, no, player. I'm getting up right and early. I even Googled the site, looked at the pictures to see if, well, if nobody's there, can I park in the lot? Do you see what I'm saying? Prepare yourself, even in the midst of the drama. Prepare yourself. Be that be that shining light in the midst of all the baloney that's going on in the world. Be that shining. Be that positive person in the midst of all the drama. Do you see what I'm saying? Here's a funny thing, and again, this was another live, and let me say this like this: I've only been to the Dominican Republic with my wife, okay, on a cruise ship. But what I said on a live, this one lady, she was about men, yeah, and she says this guy in the Dominican Republic was talking out loud that I'm slinging DICK, and I'm this and I'm that, and she went on off on a tangent about this is how men talk, and why do you do that to send the D pictures and all that. I said, look, a lot of us don't have positive role models when we're younger, like a group of men, like uncles and fathers and stuff that pull us aside and say, hey man, that ain't don't be sending deep pictures, and don't act like that, and don't do this. That's not the way. That's when we come to iron sharpens iron. You need someone that's solid and sharp as an iron that you respect, that say, hey man, don't go out there acting the fool. You ain't gonna find a good woman at the club. All you gonna find is this. If you're gonna look for a good woman, look here, look there, look everywhere but the club. Do you see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna find no good man at the club. I remember my wife had told me a story, and I try not to listen to the stuff because I get jealous. I get jealous, so I don't want to hear everything. She gets it's like this. There's actually Paul Mooney came to Atlanta. Paul Mooney literally came to Atlanta, and he did a show. There's a show that you see on YouTube live, and the cuts. There's cuts in that show where you can see my wife now, but she wasn't my wife then. I didn't know her for like 2 years prior. That she's sitting in an audience with a dude, and it irks me. I get so jealous, and then I laugh about it. Wait a minute, I didn't know her then, but I know that dress. She still wears that dress, and I get jealous. That's why I was like laughing. But back to what I was saying. Oh, we went on a girls' trip to Dominican Republic. Okay, one thing you got to learn about Dominican Republic. That's like Thailand. There's certain places in the world where people go for illicit. This is the live video of the camera flinging all over the place. Come on, I'm gonna tape it down. Thailand is one of the illicit places that people go for sex trafficking. Dominican Republic is one of those illicit places where people go for sex trafficking. Parts of Africa, you got German big white German women go to parts of Africa for African men for illicit sex trafficking. Why do I know all this? Because I ain't got nothing better to do sitting here but Google and stuff like that. So you mad and you having flashbacks of what happened to you in your past, but you in a place where there's nothing but illicit sex trafficking. And I said, did the guy have a pineapple on him or something, an upside down pineapple? If y'all want to know what that means, Google it, because that's what it sounded like he was doing. He was looking for somebody to play with. Sorry, we adults here, and this is what I'm saying. Let go of that past pain. And I gotta watch what I say on these lives. And I'm working on it, guys. So my wife says, now she got mad. She done gave me one warning. What you a relationship guru? No, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling stories of what happened to me and what happens to me. So we have to get that out in the front. I'm telling you what's happening to me and how I dealt with it. Relationships is a hard thing, but when you're dealing with other people in public, that when you having a hard time in your relationship, it kind of rubs off on the world. You ever notice that? A lot of times when we get pulled over by the cop, he all mad or whatever, like, and the first thing I'm thinking, hey, I ain't trying to get shot because the dude done had a bad night with his wife or girlfriend or whatever. Be positive. Walk positive. If you're going through something, and you're heading to work right now, guess what? You know the old saying, trouble don't last always? It don't. You can make it through. And I think I'm going to try to paraphrase this. Someone had asked, what did you get out of praying? And I think the person had said, I gained nothing out of praying, but I lost depression, I lost anxiety, I lost sadness, I lost the negative things in my life. Do you see what I'm saying? It's the way you perceive the situation that you're going through. You know, I didn't understand years ago why did I have to go through all that I had to go through. Well, guess what? I had to go through all that to understand and learn how to appreciate life. Every breath I take for the last 9 years has been a gift. Every step that I take for the last 9 years has been a gift. You know, um, I spent the last I spent the last 2 days eating junk food. Not really junk food, but it's junk food to me. But I'm get back on my game, get back eating well. Started the morning out with with the right stuff, working on my gut health and all that. High blood pressure and all my pills, and gonna start this week out right. If I said anything today, I just say, look, start the week out right. Don't live on the negative, work on the positive. Well, I ain't got no money, but guess what? I got my health and the strength. Don't have no money, but bills are paid. Food's in the refrigerator. Yeah, I can't eat out, but leftovers are delicious. Leftovers are delicious. It's funny that one person said, one person that I know has said, men think because I make a certain amount of money that I can pay for everything. but they didn't realize what I went through to make all that money. I lost my home. I lost this and I lost that. And it took me all these years to gain it back. Plus, we don't know what that person went through to do what they've done or be where they're at. You know, you don't know. See, when you want to have the real dedication, if you really want to be or grow in any aspect of your life, you got to be dedicated to it. You got to be dedicated. Be dedicated to yourself. Be able to go into the mirror, look at yourself in the dead of the day, or the look yourself in the face and be happy with yourself. Yeah, you could want to fix the stomach or the flab or the stretch marks or whatever, but be happy with yourself. You don't need you know, all these long behind eyelashes and everybody's fake hair but your own. If you want long hair, figure out how to grow your hair long. Oh, well, that's too much work. Well, guess what? Work is more appreciative than the fakeness. There was, we argue back and forth. One thing I know, I'm very proud. I'm very happy. Boy, I'm so happy my wife ain't into the weave and the hair. No, it turns me on beyond measure to see her the way she is. She is perfect for me, not anybody else. You see what I'm saying? Look, it's it's the little things. It's the little things that will keep you going. It's the little things that will get that memory and get you the ideas that you need, even for like YouTube. You hear it under people's breath. I'm struggling to come up with new ideas or whatever. Well, revamp the old ideas. Do you see what I'm saying? Revamp the old ideas. What did I do on one video that I got so many views on that I could do better? I spent the whole weekend changing words on my shorts. Same video, changing words. And I did lawnmower, no, lawn wars. I finally came up with lawn wars continues. And I got music from Star Wars. And the video, I sped it up. And it looks funny because I'm hauling behind mowing the lawn. And I got 1,500 views for that. And I seen that. Guess what? I did it again. The lawn wars continue. Then I changed the Star Wars music to the one of the other ones, Hope Rising. And then I did one Darth Vader's entrance. And guess what? That stuff was growing and growing and growing. And it's the same video. The same video. Do you see what I mean? I didn't say, I gotta get done something new. I was like, man, let me see what works. Then I had one video I did. It's something like 2 or 3,000. And it was an old video that I was walking and filming lawnmowers from Home Depot in Texas. And I said, look at this monster, and had different music on it. You don't know what's gonna catch, but you gotta throw your net out there to see what's going on in anything in life, in your job, in your relationship on YouTube. You got to throw yourself out there to see what's going to catch. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to have a side hustle, but you got to have money to have a side hustle. So that's kind of, I'm kind of working on that one. I just bought another core aerator. I'm going to size it up and see what it needs because I've been through it. And if it don't need much, I'm going to size it up, clean it up, and then I'm putting it on Facebook Marketplace, and that's going to be my side hustle. If I want to sell it real quick, I could sell it for $1,000. If everything's working, all I got to do is change the tire that I seen on the screen. I could put it up there for $2,000. I'm trying to come up with another side hustle. I got a Toro Greensmaster 1000. I just bought some parts for it. That's another side hustle. I'm going to fix that up, play with it for a little while, and then I'm going to sell it. Probably sell that one for $1,000. But I'm not going to take nothing lower than a certain price. I'm trying to find a side hustle on stuff that I enjoy doing. I just have to watch it because I really don't have no more room for this other one. I have to put it leave it on my trailer on the side of the house. But after this one, I got to slow my roll, get the parts, slowly get the parts, because that's, I'm not trying to, I got my bills to pay. I'm slowly getting the parts, put it together, clean it up, sell it, and this is my side hustle. And what I want to do is the first one the first profit that I make, I want to give it to my wife. No strings attached. Hope she don't watch this. She's probably gonna watch it to the end anyway. That's what I envision. It's not a get rich quick scheme, but I am looking and trying new things out. You know, everybody, y'all need to watch You Learn. These guys teaching you stuff about stocks. You don't realize that you don't used to be when you wanted to buy and sell and trade stocks, you needed a minimum of $1,000, $2,000. Not anymore. Um, TD Ameritrade is moving over to another company, but that's my main place where I trade. But also I trade through Chase. They've got a brokerage firm that I send $20 to. And the stocks I buy is either 20 or below. And I do $20 every 2 weeks, and I buy one stock. Got to start somewhere. I actually got 3 brokers. I got coming out of my check for my company stocks. I got 2 that are personally mine, and then I got one that is actually given to me by the company. They do 2 cents per mile. I got $900 worth of stocks coming up this at the end of March that will be bought from me. Do you see what I'm saying? It's everybody. You can't be like the billionaires, but you can start somewhere. You see what I'm saying? You start somewhere. Start now. I slowly did it, but I'm at like 9% of my total income goes to my 401k. I think like 8%, and then like 1 or 2%, 8 or 7%, or 1 or 2% is a Roth IRA, a Roth IRA, Roth whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost at 10%. You got to prepare yourself, and everybody thinking just YouTube. No, it need to be other things too. Just figure it out. You know, figure it out. You got people that you could grow plants and ship them out. Figure something out. You could propagate seeds, sell them. You got people that you get a T-shirt or whatever. See, this is the thing. That's why when I get some more money, I'm gonna get some more T-shirts from Unbiased, because I'm thinking now, and I'm not a power to the people, but I would rather give it to someone that has been nice to me in these YouTube streets and give them the business and and be treated with the utmost respect and not treated like crap than to go out here to one of these booths or whatever. They yeah, but here you go, buy. Do you see what I'm saying? People remember that. People, the right people gonna remember you when you learn how to be business like and treat it like the business that it is, and go above and beyond, because then people are going to remember that, and then they're going to get out there and suggest you. So what am I saying all day today in this live? Start the week out positive. Live your life positive. Do the right thing. Learn how to say the right thing and act like you got some sense. Because when you do all of that, you'll be wondering, you'll just be driving or whatever and just start giggling and say, what the heck? Why am I happy? It's because you have changed the energy in your life. And I'm saying it like that, positive, negative, because I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. You change that energy in your life. And then you allow yourself to be humble. Don't allow yourself to be walked all over. But you can do that in a political way. Say, hey, hold up. You don't have to yell and scream. Hey, don't talk to me like that. Am I talking to you like that? Nope. Okay, then let's learn to be civil. You know what I'm saying? We already have, as a people in a whole, everybody's they so-called afraid of us because we speak up. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared. Be prepared to knock on those doors. I tell my wife, she's a sales. She part of her job is to sell the business that she is doing. And I love it because I couldn't do it. I pull whatever hair's left out of my receding hairline. She gets out there and sells and sells and sells. And guess what it is? It's my job to encourage her. Go ahead, honey, you can do it. Why don't you try this? Try that. I don't know half the stuff I'm talking about, but she says, you're right. You can do this. Try this. Be that. Be that strong, positive. Because guess what? It rubs off. And a lot of times, I'm getting the giggles and the happy tears because she says, "Thank you for being my rock." I've never been nobody's rock. I didn't know I had the possibility to be someone's rock and someone else's foundation. And it was so funny. We laughed and said, "How can I be your rock when you're my rock?" And she said, "Well, you're my rock." Well, we're two rocks that are stuck together. Be that foundation and be that positive, because some people you don't realize, even the strong "I don't need nobody" person. Yeah, they do. They sitting there lying. Be that person, and when you say, "I don't need nobody," yeah, you do. What's the matter? Hang in there. Don't give up. Stand strong. You can do it. Keep going. It's gonna be all right. There's a song, and of course, I'm Citizen Cope. The sun's gonna rise in a while. In a while, you're gonna be just fine. I love that daggone song. And it just tells you, it just lets you know it's gonna be okay. You're gonna make it. Because guess what? God's gonna make a way. Guys, I thank y'all for coming in today, and just listening to my this is like Mumble Thursday, but I'm trying to just throw some positivity out there to the world and give that to y'all so y'all can see that there's a different way. There's a better way. So y'all have a blessed day. Thank you for coming in. All the folks that came in today, thank y'all. Y'all been a blessing to me. I much appreciate it. And the folks that coming in on the remix, thank you. You're much appreciated. And I just don't, that's why like I said, when y'all see me come through, you're gonna see the smiley face and everything. Just know that I'm saying thank you. And just know, as always, if you don't think nobody loves you, know that I love you and God loves you too. Y'all have a blessed day. See you tomorrow.